loud. And then we're gonna
progress.
And are you on the Twitches?
What's the username again? I'm just a little dumb. Oh, Franki.
Franki
Yep.
Okay, now
Here. Oh, it'll notify me. Okay, go live.
Go live. We're gonna Zoom title Sage the intern and Franki.
Oh, I have so much to talk to you about. Not really.
Do you have so much to talk to me about? I'm so excited to talk to you about all the things.
I used to, but I don't know.
Oh, wait. No, I have to make sure that. Don't I have to mute myself or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
This meeting is now live on Twitch. Sounds good to me, dog.
Is it Sage the intern? Our meeting is now live. I would like you to know that I do frequently sing Sage the intern to the tune of Bob the Builder. Sage the intern. Can we fix it?
I love it.
Intern. Yes, we can. What are you wearing? I love it. Look at, we're both wearing black and I'm kind of excited about it.
Well, I had an interview today. I shouldn't even call it a fucking interview. It was more like a job official process. Here, Richard, do you want to just take it, man?
No, here's what I'm going to say that I think is kind of funny that comes to my brain is that you dressed for a job interview like you were going to a funeral, which is appropriate.
Because I was.
Because you were. Oh, because job interviews are the death of fun. Yeah. That is 100% true. Sage the intern.
Now I have to go get a whole bunch of licenses to.
That sounds like homework we don't want to do. No, that's lame.
Hey, it is 2 paid weeks in the cities. Well,
that's not so bad. Paid vacation.
I know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Well, there you go.
Well, Sage the intern, tell me about the weirdest dream you've had recently, because we want to talk about dreams and doppelgangers and my weird, I don't know, premonitory facial recognition. Can we say that? Because that's, I think, kind of a little bit what it is. Let's talk about some weird shit. Let's be fun and talk about weird.
Okay, we will. I'm having a little ADHD moment. I'm gonna give it to you really quick.
Good, because we do ADHD all the time. Is the straw in the screen upsetting you?
No, it just like disappears with my cat tower, and I think that's beautiful.
I do think that's beautiful. I think it's great.
Just gone.
I like that. It's very camouflage. It's, you know, I think it's cool.
We have 2 drinks tonight. Well, I'll just give you a full rundown of everything.
Please do.
Of course, this is my designated latte cup. It literally is glow-in-the-dark ghosts.
Oh, I love that.
Pretty sure I got it from Walmart.
I love it. It's beautiful.
I have about 3 drinks left. And then I have a full.
Are you like me that you just keep like, this drink is not quite empty, I'll go get a new one. This drink is not quite empty now, I'll go get a new one. And then you just have like beverages just everywhere. I have this thing is called Cosmic Stardust, and it's got like spaceships and what is that? I don't know what that is.
It's just the drink kind. Do you like Red Bull?
I like those things at Scooters with the Red Bull in it. And I have no idea what flavor this is supposed to be. There's no indication of like what is in this flavor. It's just got planets and spaceships on it, which is why I bought it.
Either you're going to like it, or I find it too syrupy.
Yeah, it's not as fizzy as like Red Bull.
No, it's syrupy. Am I having OCD because I'm not center? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I have OCD about, I know I get up into my microphone and overblow the sound a lot often, and then I have to fix it later, and it's fine. I'm not going to be upset about it because there's happy, wonderful dream things that we can talk to, that we can get into.
Not worth it. Okay, well, while I fix my life, I'm going to tell you about one of my dreams.
Fix your life and tell me about your dreams, Sage the intern.
One of my dreams. Okay, we gotta talk about this before. Because I wasn't in my normal routine, because I was sleeping in the living room, still on a bed, on my bed, but I was in the living room because we were ripping out my floor this weekend.
Right.
And which is fine.
Can I just here's the thing that I would like to ask that hasn't happened that I expected to happen in my new apartment. You know, that
no ghosts?
No ghosts yet. I mean, please and thank you, send me haunted objects. I'm trying to get haunted. Sage needs to come over here and Sage, the intern, the apartment, which is the opposite of like burning sage. She will invite the ghosts.
I
But-
will invite the ghosts.
Oh, another sidebar, just quick ADHD. Speaking of, the lighting in my bathroom in my new apartment is fantastic. So much so that I have spotted a number of gray hairs that I was not aware existed, which is just fantastic.
Either they're a good thing or they're a bad thing.
Listen, you know what? I'm so ready for my Stockard Channing witchy era with my salt and pepperness. I need a big floppy hat, is what I need. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited about it.
You know what? It will be great. It will be great.
It'll be wondermous.
But
I have not had that sensation yet of like when you wake up and you don't know where you are. Do you know what I'm saying? You
haven't had that yet?
I haven't had that, and I expected to, and I was kind of looking forward to it because it's a little bit fun. Do you have that in the living room situation at all, or no?
Only once, and I think it was because, oh my gosh, I'm trying to light a match and it's not lighting.
I love that you're trying to light a match. Is it because you're just trying to get my fire sign self all excited? I appreciate you, Sage the intern.
I'm lighting a candle for no reason at all. I was gonna say because it stinks in here, but it doesn't because I've been cleaning.
You're lighting a candle to invite the ghosts.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But you have had the wake up and be like, where the fuck am I? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was 4 a.m. and I think my mom or my dad, you know what, maybe even the cats.
Maybe even the cats. Just somebody woke me up. I don't know who.
Something was running around upstairs and it woke me up and it scared the fuck out of me.
That's an upsetting.
But so
way to wake up.
I go based off of if the dogs wake up.
If
the dogs wake up,
I go by that too.
It's a problem.
If the dogs get up and start barking, then I need to be concerned. If the dogs are not waking up, like if my dog doesn't get up and bark, it's nothing. I'm just freaking out for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I go by that
and
too.
It's truly, and it has to be Richard. It can't be Chuck because Chuck wakes up if I twitch. Like, he doesn't matter.
Well,
he does matter, but not.
He doesn't. We don't trust his instincts, and that's fine. No. It's good that you know that.
Exactly. Pickles is ruining my illusion of the straw. Pickles,
how dare you? I do love pickles.
You know, oh my gosh. I thought she just jumped. Never mind. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
After this, we have to go through headphones and see which one's better because I got new ones for Easter.
Oh, that's right. We got to play with electronics. But first, you have to tell me about your dream. We'll backpedal. ADHD. Okay, we're good.
Dream.
So
the 2 nights that I was sleeping, 3 nights I was sleeping in the living room, no dreams. It sucked. No dreams.
Is it
probably because I wasn't in with a fan and I was breathing in super heavy chemicals, which I should have been better, but I just didn't care at this time.
Listen, I'm not even going to admonish you in the slightest for that because I understand that like sometimes the slightest inconvenience of trying to figure out better ventilation is not whatever. I will just breathe in the fumes and be slightly high from it and it's just whatever. I don't care. I can't care.
Exactly.
The mildest of inconveniences can just set me off anymore.
Well, and it was one of those things of like, I'm already fat. Diabetes is going to take me out first. Like, I don't even care.
Roll with it.
It runs on both sides of my family, and that's just.
And Sage the intern is like, that's just what we're dealt.
You know, it's crazy because my gene. Okay, you know what? We'll get back to dreams, but now we're on genes.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a little DNA detour.
We gotta take a little DNA detour.
I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it.
Because both of my sisters, they're beautiful. Like they got all the good physical genes. No. Just wait. Pause. Listen to what I'm gonna say. Hold. They got all of the physical beauty. But my older one,
I disagree.
I'll say it out loud. My older one has an awful personality. Awful personality. She did get the smarts from my dad. But
Sage the intern.
She didn't.
You got the smarts.
Street smarts.
You're beautiful. Listen, we are gonna just manifest like some kind of magical sage. I don't know. The diabetes can go away somehow. We're not gonna worry about it. We're not gonna worry about it. Okay, we're not.
It's a
because you
later
are
problem.
beautiful. It's a not problem at all. And you're beautimous, and you have a great personality, and you're super smart, and you're brilliant with spreadsheets and helping with all the things.
I
the
love
Sage
spreadsheets.
the intern things.
That's another thing we got to talk about is spreadsheets, but we'll get back.
We'll get back to
that too.
spreadsheets. Okay.
And then my younger sister, again, physical beauty, 10 out of 10. Mental beauty, like she got the depression from both of the sides. She got the depression. What else did she get?
Listen, nothing
I don't
is
know.
permanent.
She got the
everything can be. We are not bound by our genes. We can activate other DNA genes and things. We'll do miraculous, wondermous, like mental, spiritual, metaphysical, fix them up. I don't know what's in our dreams. We'll go in the astral
I don't
realm.
know.
We'll
Exactly.
get in, and we'll fix it there, and it'll just filter into the this realm, and that's how we're gonna do it.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
I love it.
And then I got all of the diabetes genes, which is whatever, and the
You
heart
got all-
problems.
Well, I got
will
heart
say,
problems too.
I will say, birth control fucked me up in a bad way. It ruined my blood pressure. It ruined my blood sugar. It is actually what caused me to gain almost all of my weight. Like get
off of that and switch over to like an IUD or something.
I don't even want that. That's a I just
want to be off of everything.
I'm not going to talk to any men anymore. No more
anymore. Oh, Sage the intern, you're too young to be in that place in life. You're too young to be where I'm at.
Whoa.
Come on now.
Whoa, hey, pause.
Pause.
I got my homesteading life. I'm ready.
I got my homestead. Oh, Sage the intern.
I don't need no kids. My kids are my fur babies currently laying on the floor.
No, that is me too. Absolutely 100%. And my homestead is just my new apartment is what we're going to call it. That's going to be where we're
Beautiful. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I love it.
Yep.
See, we're good. We're just fine.
We're just so good.
We are so good. Okay, but
okay, what were we back on?
Also, no, let me go back for a hot second. Dreams. You said you didn't have dreams. Is it worse? Does it piss you off more? That's how I'm going to say it. Does it piss you off more when you don't have dreams or when you have dreams that you don't remember?
It pisses me off when I don't have dreams at all.
I agree. Because I would rather know that I had dreams that I didn't remember, that I know I could trigger myself to remember, than to be like, oh, I didn't dream at all.
Because
which is also why I went off of 𝓕𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓼, because I didn't was on 𝓕𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓼.
Really interesting. I think the reason why I like dreaming is because at least I know my brain was active while it was sleeping. And I shouldn't even say active. It was more like
you're in the astral realm. You're doing stuff in like the 5D dimensions.
And time goes slower. So I feel more well rested.
That's kind of interesting. I have the opposite effect sometimes where I'm like, I will wake up tired and be like, I was doing too much shit in my dreams. I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted. Okay, but what's the weird dream you had?
Okay, the weird dream I had was last night. I should have taken better notes on it, but I failed. No,
listen, this little podcast will become our dream journal. It's going to be a vlog dream journal situation. This is where we're going to document this and remember it. And people are going to start following us and they will help us interpret our dreams and remember connecting all the dots. So we're doing it right here, right now. That's right.
So what happened last night, and again, this is the first time I dreamed in probably about a week, but it was me and you running a store.
Oh,
we were running a store. Mike was our very first customer. And
well, of course he would be. He has to be. That's a requirement.
He wasn't even our boss, and I was like, "Ooh, that's crazy."
I love it. That's so good.
I know.
I'm so excited about this already, Sage the intern.
And we sold
Bestie Pops.
No. Oh, we were selling tractor parts. And the reason I remember is tractor parts is because I walked outside and went, why is there a combine out here? And then it had a little for sale sign. I was like, we sell that.
Sell that. We sell tractors and
Dummy.
tractor parts. Okay.
We sell that.
So Sage the intern and I need to start an ag supply business is what we need to do. All right.
Exactly.
I'm down. I don't know nothing about it, but I know you can make big money because that's some $1 million equipment. So let's roll. How do we get this started? That's fantastic. We're
I know,
selling.
and then we
Sage
walked
the
back
intern.
inside, and
This
it was
is
a
the best.
it was a beautiful like bank lobby is how I'm gonna describe, like a Midwestern bank lobby. So
Okay.
I have to put Midwestern in there. It's the only way this is gonna make sense.
No, because I can see what you're talking about. You've got the rustic brick look, right?
Yeah.
And you've got the like slab stone floor kind of thing going on, right? Yep. No, I see it. I'm with it.
It's not the modern white at all.
No,
that they like to put everywhere, but
they don't do that in the Dakotas. You have to be able to, you have to be able to at least envision that there is a deer head on the wall, if not have one on the wall.
You have to be able to hide all the dirt. Is what I like.
This is that. Yeah, it is actually, yes, very true, because you're, and especially if we're running an ag business, because all we're gonna have is farmers in their dirty boots coming in there. So that's how you gotta do.
Exactly.
I'm so excited about our new business venture where we're selling tractors.
It was so fun. And then as you would walk in, there's a little counter there.
Okay.
And it was cute little, I think it was your art. And maybe my bread. It was like cute little things. And then you'd walk further into it, and then it had your office and then my office. And the reason I could tell it was my office on this side, your door was closed to your office, but on this side, because it was all yellow. And it had sunflowers on the floor.
Oh, I love that so much. What was on my door?
Your door was just like one of those basic wood doors, but your nameplate was right there, and it was blue.
Oh, I love. Okay.
And it was like, of course, white letters, Haleigh. And then it had a little sticker on it, but I don't remember the sticker. But I know it was a sticker on there.
Okay.
And then that's all I remember.
It said 𝓕𝓻𝓹𝓹𝓻𝓽 is what it said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it said. Yes, it did. 100%.
Yes, it did.
This sounds just absolutely beautiful. You have beautiful sunflower office. I have my office, and we're selling. We've got bread, we've got art, we've got tractor parts.
Bread, art, and tractor parts.
We're selling the tractor parts because that's what actually makes money, because we want to make the bread and the art, but we have to sell the tractor part. But it doesn't. So we sell the tractor parts, and that's just perfectly fine.
Because we're girl bossing.
We're girl bossing in a very South Dakota kind of way. I think that's spectacular. Honestly.
I think so too.
How do we get this rolling? That's amazing.
I don't know. We should, though.
We absolutely should. Okay. Sage the intern. Seriously, though. If you see me again in your dreams, always try to get my attention somehow. Like,
I didn't see you.
You didn't see? Oh, I wasn't.
I didn't see you at all. No. And that's probably why your door was closed.
Okay.
But all I know is I only saw Mike, and he was our first customer.
Well,
but he was buying a lawnmower.
So we
like
also
one of those you ride.
Oh, riding lawnmowers. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I dig it. That's pretty. I'm all about this. Sage the intern. I'm excited. I'm going to be like, my intention when I go into Dreamland is to visit my office and then come to your office door with all the sunflowers on it and knock, which I've told you before that the sunflowers is a synchronicity thing for me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That I had like a vision of a sunflower while I was in the shower one time. Is there a ghost checking on? Or do we have ghosties in the back?
No, I think my dad left his door open this morning, and the cats are just going hog wild in there. And I was making sure they didn't break anything like last time.
Oh, okay. Well, gotta love those fur babies. No, I love this. But that's my intention. I'm gonna go visit my office, and I'm gonna go knock on your door, and we're gonna figure out some more stuff. But get my attention. Throw something at me. I will. We need like a trigger.
If I'm conscious enough, I'll be like, "Hey, get your bitch ass over here!
Bitch ass in here! We got tractors to sell."
Ass over here.
I mean, come on, these combines aren't gonna sell themselves.
Literally.
We need some kind of. We need a code word or a trigger word or something that, like, in your dreams, if you see me or I see you, what do we need? We need a trigger word.
I don't know. One of these nights we need to go to bed at the same time, and I know our sleep cycles aren't the same. because
Yeah,
obviously
because you're up in like at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. I'm getting too old. My eyes start shutting at 1.
Oh,
I
at
actively just
1. I
yeah.
do frequently wake up in the middle of the night though, and I'm just like awake at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So if we can agree to try to like, if I can try to fall back asleep by 4 a.m. and you can try to be asleep by 4 a.m. and then we can go hang out in the astral and check out how do we get this business started.
Yeah, we should try.
What how about, I don't know. I was gonna say banana hammock. That's our code word.
We need a, does that rhyme? Banana hammock?
Kind of in my
Banana
mind.
has A's. Banana hammock. I think it's just because we can say it fast. Banana hammock. Banana hammock.
Banana hammock. Banana hammock. Hey, we're in our dreamland. Let's do shit. Like, how fun would that be? Sage the intern. For reals. If we could get into dreamland and like interact in dreamland, and then the
It'd
next
be so
day
fun.
and then get on the podcast and be like, oh my god, I would lose my shit. I would be
We'd
so
have
sick.
such a good time.
We would, obviously. We'd be on riding lawnmowers and just having a good old time.
You know what we didn't do today? We didn't do a work podcast. That was such,
because
we have to do it tomorrow.
We will have to do it tomorrow, but like, and that's because we were just saving all the goody good stuff for tonight. I love that. I'm so excited for that. I've been so we were talking about.
Can you hear them going hog wild? Sorry, just a second.
No, I can't, but
oh, you're so lucky. Okay,
you're
continue.
so lucky. No, I was gonna talk to you about like the facial recognition stuff, right?
Did you hear about the Amazon stores? We're talking about face recognition AI.
No.
You know how they have these, I can't, maybe it's just called Amazon Go stores is what they're called.
What is
and
that?
It's where you can grab stuff off the shelves and put it in your cart and it manually rings up as you go, so you can just walk out of the store and it'll just charge whatever card you have with Amazon.
Like a physical store where you just grab shit and go.
Like a grocery store. Yep. I think they're called Amazon Go stores.
I mean, that's kind of fun.
It is kind of fun.
I like that. But okay, what's the facial recognition issue?
Now, I guess it's more AI. So we'll hop back to facial recognition, but they keep plastering the word, or AI is a word now. They keep plastering that everywhere and being like, AI is taking over the world, blah, blah, blah. But it's not AI. It's called machine learning, and that's technically computer software, or like software of some sort. And so they have a whole bunch of cameras in these Amazon stores, right?
Right.
Well, these live feeds go to a whole bunch of workers in India.
Okay.
And they do that physical math after you've checked into the store, because you have to check in on your Amazon account. So there's
still a person somewhere.
There's still a person
your stuff,
manually adding all of the prices and sending you the bill. Like, it's not truly AI. Like
I think that it should be though. And also AI, someone said to me recently that they call AI alternative intelligence, and I'm stealing that. I like that. It's not artificial, it's alternative.
It's alternative.
That's what because we're creating it.
Yeah.
It's just alternative.
I do think a lot of people need to be aware that it's not fully artificial yet. Like, there's a lot of processing, it's machine learning.
Yeah. See, this is why we need Sage the intern, because you're learning all these things and you can explain this stuff to people, and that's exciting. Wow,
that is exciting. I have to write a paper on it this weekend. Remind me.
No, we'll get right on that for you, bestie.
I think it's 300 words. Whatever.
Well, that's nothing. You'll be fine.
I know.
You'll be fine.
I could type it into Chat GPT.
I was like, you could do that in your sleep with your Chat GPT and just be like, boop, boop, boop.
But if it's an AI class, I think I'm in double jeopardy or double.
I'm in double jeopardy.
Whatever you call
Double jeopardy means you can't get in trouble for it twice.
Oh, so if I use AI to write the paper and then the professor catches me with AI and it's about AI.
I mean, listen, it's fair. I think that's appropriate. I think that's just on brand is what you say. You're like, it's part of the learning process for me.
You know what? I don't even have to write this paper is what I've decided, because if I don't write this paper, I'll still get an 85 in this class, 85%. And I just need a pass.
And listen, I appreciate that sentiment a lot with your generation. I have to say, I really do, because the stress I put myself under to get good grades in high school and
Not
college,
worth it.
not worth it at all. Not worth it at all. Because guess what? That GPA means shit now. Like, who cares? It's, so good for you. That's what I say.
Well, and so much of the job market at the moment is if you truly want a job, you have to network. You have to network.
Like it seems like that's kind of always been, but also I'm in that place too of like, the universe is going to work this shit out for me. Yeah. Guess what? It's not my job to figure anything out anymore.
My job is to put effort into getting things nice for the universe to figure it out.
Exactly. And minimal effort at that.
Minimal. I didn't even fix up my resume. Like, it is still my high school resume.
Which, good for you. I sent somebody a CV too that was like from I don't know when. Then I was like, I updated it a teeny little bit, but I was like, yeah, I don't, whatever. You know what? Go look at all my podcasts and all my Linktree and all my nonsense that I'm keeping up with while I have a full-time job and a single gal taking care of myself. And if that doesn't tell you should hire me, then get fucked. That's what I'm gonna say.
Literally.
Me and Sage are busy anyway with our ag business, please and thank you.
Yeah.
And our facial recognition in the dream world.
Yep. Hey, since we are talking about our ag business.
Our ag business.
This is my cute little pretty calendar.
Oh, it's beautiful.
For April. I'm going to count out loud how many days I have left with you working in the same workplace. Not a podcast.
No. Listen. We're going to say that our workplace, this is how many days there are left before our workplace becomes our new ag business and or podcast business and or whatever is the thing that we are going to be doing, because we're going to get into the dream world and bring it into this world like Freddy Krueger. 22
days. That's all you have left with me.
22 days before Sage the intern and I require that everyone on Twitch gives us $1. And $1 is all. Every single person on Twitch should give us $1. And we are going to start this exciting business, and we will podcast and have wonderful live videos all day, every day of us hanging out in our ag business. And you'll love it. Like, who doesn't want to see me and Sage playing on tractors?
Exactly. It'd be so fun. We'd be so iconic.
We would be so iconic. The dogs would be there. Your cats would be there. I mean, it's going to be great. I'm super excited about it. And we're going to talk about all the weird, strange dreams that we have. It's going to be super fun. Exactly. I had a dream. I told you about this, right? Where I had a dream that I was like, in my dream, I was talking to my cousin, but it wasn't my cousin, but it was kind of one of those, I was at my house, kind of, and I don't know, we were packing my stuff, we're doing something, and I was standing on the counter, on the kitchen counter, I was getting dishes down to pack up or whatever. And she was telling me she wanted to do something, and I don't know what it was, but it was remember I was telling you this, where she was saying that oh, I want to do this because of this, and I was like, no, it isn't, it's because of whatever this thing is, and I don't give a shit which thing it's for, but just be honest with me and say what the thing is. Don't give me a fucking lie. It doesn't matter enough to me for you to lie to me about it. Why are you doing that? What are you doing? Exactly.
Fine. I don't care. I'm not your mom.
I don't care. No, exactly. That's exactly what it was. And then I had a dream last night that was weird. I don't know who I was with. And it's interesting to me. Do you have this with your dreams where you can remember visual snippets, but sort of if you weren't, so I know there was someone here who was with me, but if you didn't look at them in the dream, you can't I can't get back into my brain and look over and see who this was.
Yeah.
But I know there's somebody,
yeah, someone there, but you can't see.
Right. They're only in my periphery, and the image that I have from the dream is just them in my periphery.
Yeah.
So there's somebody here with me, and there's this little girl that was she's in some kind of robe thing, she was in a Halloween costume, a Death Eater from Harry Potter or something. And I didn't know who it was until she took off the hood, and it's again in my dream where it was she didn't look like who this person is, but that's who it was. And it's one of
Mhm.
my aunt's little neighbor girls who, so I lived with my aunt for a while after I moved back from North Carolina after I got divorced, right? And like,
Mhm.
she has like all these neighbor girls that would come over all the time. And like, so this one neighbor girl was in my dream and was like kind of crying and upset and like, you left and you forgot about us. And I just thought it was weird being like, I wouldn't have thought that it would have mattered at all to you. Like what, like you
You're the
care.
last person who should care.
I know, like, what are you doing here coming? Like, it was just weird. And she was just all crying and upset. So I was trying to be like, it's okay. I remember you. Of course I remember you. And it just
Of
like made no,
course.
but like, why do you give a
Of course,
like,
I love you.
I love you, bestie. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. Like, what
I
are you
totally
doing
love
here?
you.
And who is this person over here? I don't know. It was weird. So there's that. But then also, and I don't know, do you ever have that when like, this has been happening to me a lot, where I get in like an agitated state of being and I'm trying to figure out why I'm agitated about stuff or what I can do about it, right? Do you know what I'm
When your
saying?
hormones change and all of a sudden you're pissed.
Is that all it is? That could be,
Yeah.
right? Like when you're
Yeah.
just like, it is. It's just like I'm full of rage and there's no reason and I just make it go away.
I'm
But when,
trying to be so happy right now, but it's so hard.
but it's so hard. So I have done that. And sometimes when I'm trying to do the like figure it out thing, I will have these snippets of dreams that I know I've had that will come up for me, like this imagery of dreams that'll come up. And I'll be like, okay, why is that related? Or what information was in that dream? And this is why we need to work out getting like lucid in our dreams. So I can be like, okay, Sage, come visit me in my dream and come check out this place that I am in that I don't understand and tell me about what this place is and what I'm doing here and why do I keep thinking of this in times when I am upset? I don't understand. So like one of them that I'm thinking of all the time is like the best I can figure is that it's kind of like a college campus.
Okay.
I'm outside and there's all these like glass buildings or like windowed buildings. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, like kind of I don't, where it's like it's not brick or anything else. It's just all like the glass and the windows on the outside. And then there's like what is sort of like a parking garage. I don't know.
Okay.
And it's all empty. Like I'm
Ooh,
there.
scary.
Yeah, like I'm there on this campus and I'm trying to get somewhere and I don't really know where, but there's nobody anywhere. It's just empty. And it's just empty. So I don't know what that's about. And I don't know why I think of it when I'm upset, but there's that. And then there's this, and I was telling you about this, I think. Okay, hang on. Tissue time. I'm sorry, I gotta blow my nose.
You're okay.
Because I have
Maybe
allergies.
it'll reset my brain.
Yeah. But the other one, and I think I was telling you this. Maybe I wasn't. I can't remember. So like May or June of last year, and I remember this because I remember the shit contract job that I was doing. I was so, and this is again a thing of like sometimes things during the day will trigger you to remember a dream, right?
Yep.
So I was listening to the 𝓕𝓻𝓹𝓸𝓻𝓽 by H.P. Lovecraft, the audiobook.
Yep.
And the short story that I was listening to was about the Martens family, and the Martens family, they all have one green eye and one blue. It's like a genetic, like the blue people in Kentucky.
Oh, the 𝓕𝓻𝓹𝓹𝓸𝓻𝓽.
Yeah, but they have one green eye and one blue.
Mm-hmm.
And it triggered me to be like, oh yeah, I was talking to this woman in my dream last night. And this is why, so I can remember like sitting at my desk and listening to this story and being like, oh yeah, I was talking to this. So this woman had like super short, like red, brown hair, like dark red, kind of brown hair, and one green eye and one blue. And she was like sitting directly in front of me and talking to me. And I still can't remember what we were talking about.
No,
I know, it drives me insane because I can't, because like, okay, why did I hear that story? Because I tell myself, or I think too, like the timing of that or the synchronicity of that was to specifically trigger me to remember my dream, right? Like it wasn't a mistake that I was triggered to remember my dream. And I know I was talking to this woman, right? And it's like this older woman. But okay, this is again, remember I told you my sister was saying like, you can't, whoever they are, they say,
yeah, whoever they are,
whoever they are, they say you can't make up faces in your dreams, right? That you only,
yep.
Which
You
I'm
can
like,
only,
you only people you've seen. And I'm like, well, that's fucking bullshit because I have talked to so many people in my dreams that I've never seen before. And this woman was one of them.
yeah, but you'll see him later in life is how it always ends up for you.
This, I know, this is what I'm saying though, is because it's like the Trisha thing, right? Where I remember.
Dude, I still can't believe that.
But serious, like because when I had the interview with her, right, the first interview before you were there, I was like, I know you. And I totally went and Facebook stalked her and I was like checking out all her stuff. And I'm like, I have no connections to this person, but I know your face. And and once I got the job, I was like, I think I just know your face because I knew I was going to work with you. So I premonitory facial recognition.
I'm still kind of sad about the way Trisha left. Like, I know it's just her kiddo that was really just sick and she had to focus on that.
I know, but I'm sad too. We need to call Trisha and be like, can we get together and just have lunch sometime or something?
Yeah. Trisha, come back.
We should. Trisha,
also,
I saw you in a dream. We should tell her. I think that actually, no, this would be a fun conversation to have with her because it would be super fun if she would like have some like, oh, I kind of thought I knew you too, but I didn't, or something.
I'm crunching on mints. And if it's too loud, let me know.
I can't hear it at all.
I'm so silly. I did not eat before drinking this Red Bull, and it always gives me a tummy ache and a headache at the same time.
If you don't eat, do you need to go get some bread, Sage the intern, that you've been baking?
No, because I'm bawling. I'm living life on the edge.
I'm living life on the edge. I love that. I love the way you live life on the edge, Sage the intern. It's my favorite. Eating mints and drinking Red Bull without eating any substantial food and doing a podcast. That's how we do it. We live life on the edge like that. I think that's fantastic. So, but I am going to be on the lookout for short red-haired woman with one green eye and one blue. And I had a sort of like, this happens to me sometimes too. And it's kind of where, you know, right before, have we talked about this?
Tell me about it.
Like just as I'm waking up, right? Like, so when you're in that, like, which is really always just like a split second, right? Like just before you wake up, when you get like a flash of an image, or like, not that you were having a dream and then you wake up, right? But like right before I wake up, some sort of dream, like something happens and I'll have like an image flash. So I had an image flash of like, I don't know, some dude with short hair and what?
I'm having an existential crisis at the moment.
Are you?
I'm so sorry to pause.
No, pause for the existential crisis. What is it?
Because my trash can is full of plastic, and it's the cupcake tin plastic that you get at the grocery store. So I have nowhere to put this wrapper. But if I put it on my desk, I'm gonna lose my shit. So I just throw it on the floor? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
You crumple it up and you stick it into something and it'll be just fine.
Pull out my desk wing. Okay, I'm listening fully now to you.
You are totally fine, and don't worry, that is an existential crisis 100%. It's tiny. It is only tiny little things like that it takes to set me off. I am so cool with all the big shit that is going on.
I was about to go into rage mode. You were about to see live rage mode.
Can we please, Sage the intern? We need some live rage mode. We need a full episode of live rage mode sometime, because let me tell you what, I was in some serious
compilation.
Yeah. Oh, we could.
I could do that.
No, how fun would that be? I would love that, because let me tell you what, Sage the intern, I had some serious rage all day today that was preventing me from focusing on anything useful.
Tell me about it.
I wrote a whole post on LinkedIn about it. And this is, again, the like morning thing, right? We're like, I woke up this morning at like 5 a.m. and there was a phrase in my head that said pizza fish. And I was like, pizza fish, that's hilarious. It's a slice of pizza with fins and googly eyes. It's a pizza fish. That needs to be on a t-shirt. I think that's great. And then I didn't get up and do that. And then all day I was like pissed off. And I was like,
Yeah.
I just progressively got more and more angry. And I was like, it's because I'm not doing the creative thing that I want to do, that idea sparked, and I didn't follow it. And because I'm trying to do all these other adulting things that I know I'm supposed to be doing instead of the thing I want to be doing, I am just in full on rage. And it wasn't rage mode. I thought of you. I absolutely 100% thought of you screaming into your hand. And I'm just like, this is a Sage the Intern moment. I
can't remember if that's an anime thing that I've just adopted.
I love it. I think it's great. It's highly useful. I enjoy it. But okay,
it's a TikTok thing.
The other thing that I was gonna say though is like as I wake up, I think we've talked about this like a few times. This has happened to me, where just right as I am waking up in the morning, I will hear a ding, like the sound of when you start a new level on Mario Brothers.
Oh,
and it's like, and the thing that I've thought every time is like, bang, Ready Player One, you're back in this human avatar again. You ready for another day of this shit? Like, that's basically what's happening. But I did one time have that happen while I was mowing the lawn. Like, I was in the middle of mowing the lawn, and I remember like, I remember I turned and like had a weird sort of little pause happen, and then I heard that ding, and I was like, what happened there? Like
what's going on?
Is there a checkpoint that I just hit that I don't know about? Like, what the hell was that? Like,
I just moved floors. That gain experience.
Like, do I got new mana from heaven coming down? Like, what's the deal? What is that about? I don't know, but weird.
Are you there, God?
Are you there? So
that's
I don't know. I don't know what to do with that, but I am looking for the people in my dreams who I have not met yet.
New people. I typically do not see new people in my dreams. Only
people that you know.
Only people I know, and I think it's only people that I know in major events.
Okay, but you had that one dream of the women who got murdered in the bathroom, but you didn't know who they were.
I did not. You know what? That is so accurate. Because what did I say? It was 4.
I had a whole note thing that we made, a dream map that we made of it.
How many people would that be? 4, 10, 11, 12? 12?
Yeah, you
12
were in a
people sitting in a square.
Yeah,
and someone went to the back and got murdered.
And
that one was really interesting. That one was scary. I wouldn't call it a nightmare. I would just say it was scary.
Okay, but you also didn't know the murderer who showed up at your house later, right? Like,
no, that is true. And that's why I'm saying I think it was a major event that happened.
What do you mean?
So I typically when I dream, if it's a small event, then it's people I recognize. But if it's a major event, then I don't. It's people that are like, can be in a crowd. You know what I mean? I never see faces. That's true. That's a true fact. I don't see faces.
In your dreams,
but I know
you
it's
never
people.
See faces?
Typically not.
Okay.
No, but
see, that's interesting.
You know when you don't see faces, but you know the person?
Yeah. When you like know who it is. Or if you, it's like the other thing that I think of is like when it's your house, but it's not your house, or it's like my grandma's house, but it's not my grandma's house.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's somehow like a weird fun house messed up something that's going on.
Exactly.
Do you have this? Okay, because this happens to me a lot where I'm at houses that are, you know, again, like it's my house, but not, or it's my grandma's house, but not. But in my dreams, it's incorrect in the same way. Do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I'll go somewhere and I'll be like, I have to tell you this. Okay. So I watched.
You're just as bad as me.
That's why we have a podcast together. That's why this works. Because we're equally as ADD. It's totally fine.
Oopsies.
So I watched, it's called Return to Oz, right?
Is that the one with Ariana Grande?
No, it's like old from the 80s, like weird ass Wizard of Oz, where like Fairuza Balk, who's in The Craft. She's in it as a child. She's like a little child in it. It's very weird. It's very strange. But in the beginning of it, it's like Dorothy, she's like coming, she's remembering like the Wizard of Oz essentially, and they think that she's ill and they're going to take her to a hospital where she gets like shit, like she's supposed to get electroshock therapy is essentially what happens before she like something happens and she escapes into Oz, back into Oz or whatever, because she talked about Oz too much and they had to take her to the head doctors because they thought she was insane. Go look it up. Go look. See, this is Sage the Intern. We need a podcast studio and we need people who can like throw up images when I'm talking about this stuff to tell people what's going on. Anyway, so in the beginning of this movie was like super triggering for me because I had a lot of head injuries as a child. I don't know if I've told you this. I think I have. And I know the first thing that you say when I say I had a lot of head injuries as a child is, well, that makes sense.
No,
that explains
actually,
a lot of things.
it's more like, oh, you're similar to my mom.
What?
I wouldn't say she didn't have head injuries. She more had like body problems, but she was in the hospital a lot.
Well, so when I was a kid, I did like my brother threw me out of my crib when I was a baby. So like concussions started at like 6 months old for me. Yay.
Iconic. Iconic.
Love it. Just like we're just gonna knock out a couple spaces in my brain so I only have so many cells to work with. Anyway, but I remember being in like first grade. I got like knocked down on the playground and I was unconscious for a while because I hit my head and I had to go get my brain waves read or some weird shit. Yeah, like, and I remember being in like a hospital with like stuff all over my head. But so like I was kind of triggered to think of that when I was watching the beginning of this movie because she's like, you know, taken to like a insane asylum, whatever you want to call it, whatever they would have called it back then. I know that's politically incorrect. But the interesting thing was the like the building that she was in and the rooms that she was, I was like, I've been in that building in my dreams. Like I knew where it was. And I was like from the way that this, which is like, I don't know, is it a real, was it a set? Was it a real building? I have no idea. But I was like, I have absolutely been there in my dreams. And I was like, if you go to if you go over here to the right, that's where the stairwell is. And then there's a landing. And then you go back down the stairs to the entryway. And there is, in my dream, I was like, the hallway that they take her down on this gurney, I'm like, there's hidden rooms behind that wall. I know there's hidden rooms because in my dream, I was able to like shift whatever the panels were and get into these hidden rooms that are in that building. And I don't know. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but there's that where I have like, I don't know if that's ever happened to you where you've seen something and been like, I've been there in my dreams.
Not, I wouldn't say in my dreams. I wouldn't say in my dreams, but it's, or maybe it has been in my dreams, but I don't remember it. It's more like I get a flash. I don't want to say flashback, maybe a flash forward.
Well, but it's just like, it's a snippet or an image of something that you're like, it's like you're connecting it's like a memory or it's a familiarity, right?
Yeah.
Like it flashes in your mind and you know you're familiar with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, so you know, or I know I'm familiar with what the building, and then and then the other thing is like I obviously know the building layout too.
That's what I'm saying. Like in my I saw that and I was like, that's that building in my dreams, and I could remember from my dreams the layout of the building. And my English teacher was there from high school.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know, but that does happen. Okay, but the other thing now, ADHD, follow me, liminal spaces, right? Like back rooms stuff, like the backrooms videos that were on TikTok before the video game weirdness that took over the hashtag for backrooms. Do you know what I'm saying? The like weird backrooms videos of like empty, like the stairs that like somebody finds an underground stairwell that goes on forever and forever. And then it goes into like underground shopping mall superstore thing that's like empty, but it's fully stocked. So it looks like a big endless underground Walmart, but it's fully stocked.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like the liminal spaces, back rooms kind of thing. Or like sometimes it's like an empty library. Like my sister and I were talking about that, like the empty library one. She's like, I have been in those, like in my dreams in like the empty library spaces. And
Have you
like,
been in the empty playrooms?
what do you
The empty
describe?
playroom versions of it?
Like in my dreams? What is it?
Yeah.
Describe it.
It would
Empty
just be
playroom.
like one of those. Oh, have you? They used to be in malls where you would go and there's like this kid
Oh,
area with all
yeah.
the
With the little like
playthings.
slidey things you can climb on and like
Yeah.
not
Except it
quite
would
Mickey D's
be,
ball pit, but like I know what you're talking about.
except it was like a full room of it.
Yeah. Like a separate like area that was like instead of a shop or like instead of a store, it was like a kid play area.
Yeah, that's the one I feel like I've gone to a lot.
As an
Is that
empty
one.
play area. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's interesting. I don't know that I've been in there. I have been in the like the underground stairways and the underground because so I remember I watched a TikTok that was that where they like take the like this guy goes out into a field and there's like this hole in the ground that goes down into this stone stairway that goes on forever and forever and is all there's like lights all lined on the walls as you like as you follow the stairwell and then you get to like a weird underground like room that's got like there's some office cubicle pieces and stuff and then he goes through like this one of those chain whatever things when you like pull it down to like close up shop, right? He goes under
Oh,
whatever
yep.
that is and he
Yep.
like goes under it because it's like partially open and like that's where he gets into like the it's like a big and again is it completely CGI? I have no idea. Is that real or fake? I don't know. Doesn't matter. What matters is that I connected to a place that I have absolutely been in my dreams. And in my dream, I was like saving this girl. I don't know who. There were people chasing us. And I remember being in this like huge, fully stocked superstore kind of place that was empty except for us and whoever was chasing us. And I was like pushing over shelves and knocking shit over to like slow them down or get them away from us. And then I had to go back with her up those weird stairs to get back out. So that's where I'm like, I don't care if the videos are real or fake. I have absolutely been there in my dreams. And the thing that I think is so interesting is that so many people say that like when it comes to like those kind of like the places or like my sister with the empty libraries and like because I've seen that on TikTok and stuff too. That's what fascinates me is that whether that video is real or fake, so many people connect to it and say, I've been there in my dreams or I've been there, you know, like it's that familiarity thing, right? It's like I know
Yep.
that place.
Yep.
I know. It's Sage the intern. We got to get together in our dreams. We got to
We need
figure
a party. We need to have a party in our dreams.
we need to have a dream party. How do we get all of our like Twitch fans and family to like join us in the dream world and have a little, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to find all the liminal spaces and throw a party. We're going to have a rave. We're going to get some
We're gonna have a rave.
we're going to get glow sticks.
Think of how
disco
fun that
balls.
would be.
It would be the best. It would be astral realm, dreamscape, cosmic bowling all the way, 100%. It's all glow in the dark, black lights, disco balls. It's a rave.
Disco balls.
Disco balls.
Disco balls. Disco balls. Disco ball. I want a disco ball so bad.
Do you want a disco ball so bad? Do we need
I
to
want
sell
a disco
those?
ball so bad.
Do we also need
We
to
should sell those.
We should sell
I want a
those.
funky style one though.
Meaning,
Like a
what do you mean?
bee. Think of a bee disco ball.
Oh, like a bumblebee.
Yeah.
That would be super cool. I dig
That
that.
would be so fun. Just
We
in the
could-
middle.
That could be
Right
some
there.
art. Yeah, that could be like some art installation stuff that we
Yeah,
put
I
in
don't know
our
how my
ag
wrist
business.
works.
You what?
I said I don't know how my wrist works.
I don't know how my wrist works.
I was trying to figure out
Elbow.
the
You're
camera.
just elbow, wrist. No, you're good. You got it. Don't worry.
You know what I was thinking about?
What were you thinking about?
Actually, you know what I did at work today?
What you did at work
I
today?
put on a really, really sad movie.
On TikTok?
No, I
You were actually
I actually went on Amazon Prime because I have the student version.
Oh, good for you.
And I just clicked on a movie. It's a movie I know and I really like it. So I clicked on the movie and I was like, this is gonna make me cry. Because I watched it 80 times. I know.
What
I'm
is
not
it?
dumb. It's called A Silent Voice.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's an animation.
It's an anime. Okay.
Animation movie. It came out in 2016. English version came out in 2017. It's really good. It's just about how a deaf girl, in elementary school, a deaf girl came into the elementary school, and this young boy really liked this one girl, and at first she really liked the deaf girl, and they tried to make it work, being friends, but all of a sudden it just didn't work out. Like,
Okay.
this is Sage version of events, by the way.
Okay, this is how
So
Sage perceives the sad movie that makes her cry, that she turns on so that she can have a cry. Because
Yep.
sometimes when you're in rage
Sometimes you
mode,
just need a cry.
what you need is to just really have a good cry, and that is true. So maybe what I need to do is go turn on The Secret Garden and watch that and just have a good cry and be like, Mary Lennox, I totally vibe with you. I get it. I get it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And so she didn't like her anymore, and she started bullying this girl, the deaf
Okay.
girl. And
The deaf girl was being the bully or getting bullied?
getting bullied.
Okay.
And since he likes the girl that is bullying the deaf girl, he starts bullying the deaf girl.
Okay, definitely sad, would make me cry. Okay.
Yep. Well, that part, it just makes you cringe because they're in elementary school. So
Mhm.
someone needs to correct that behavior, but the teacher obviously just didn't care.
Oh, sad.
And or maybe, yeah, it's just
Or just didn't have the tools to deal with it, which is generally the problem that happens with like parenting and teaching and all of those things. It is the reason that
Yeah.
we have the conditioning we have, is because they just don't know how to deal with that stuff. They just have no idea.
Exactly. So eventually he some it an event happens. I think she gets her he ends up giving her a scar by the ear.
Okay.
And I can't remember if he pulled an earring out or if I don't know.
Something
Somewhere
like
right
that.
there.
You've watched it 80
happened.
million times and you cry a lot, so you missed that part. I get it.
Yep. It's always that part that I just miss somehow. And
or block it out because it's traumatic. I understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She ends up going to her mom. Her mom gets the school involved. He gets a flashback of his mom. His mom's not dead, but of his mom, and he really cares for his mom. So he stands up. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I did the wrong.
I did the wrong." And then his mom goes and takes out a bunch of money and goes and offers it to the other mom. Well, then that's a cutscene right there, or I wouldn't say a cutscene. That's the last of his vision of his mom and the deaf girl's mom walking away.
Okay.
And then he goes for a walk and ends up like the deaf girl and him end up meeting one more time.
Okay.
And then he goes back, and the deaf girl's mom had ripped out her earring, the other mom's earring. And so she has just blood cake.
That's how, like, the money's not good enough. We just have to repay you this way.
Something like that. And it just, and the mom is so nice about it, but you could tell that changes something in him. And he goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Which is like, it needed to happen, but I wish it wouldn't have happened that way.
You watch the weirdest anime movies.
It was well, okay, that's like, we're not even there yet.
We're not even there yet. Okay.
Also, it's that, yeah.
I'll strap in. We're not even there yet.
No. And so the deaf girl leaves the elementary school.
Okay.
We do a little time skip to middle school. Like, and I'm hopping parts to put the whole plot together for you to make life easier. Okay, I appreciate the movie does not go like this.
That's all I want, is for life to be easier, Sage the intern. So I appreciate
I can do that.
Like the literary license you take to edit for my comprehension is very much appreciated.
Yep. It's okay. Time skip to middle school. His friend, it goes around that he bullies people.
Okay.
This causes him to not be able to look people in the eye. Like, now And I completely understand this point of him, of like, now everyone in his point of view has X's over their face of like, he cannot talk or deal with them. He knows who they are. So it like, he can,
Interesting.
yeah, he knows,
Kind of
but
like
he just can't
Dreamland
look
where
at you.
right.
Yep. And so the rest of the movie is him, or okay, so there we go. There's that
So
part. And
there's that part.
his class, when they get to middle school and like high schoolish, they all break apart into different areas, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, in middle school, his two best friends obviously told everyone that he bullied this deaf girl. And so he had no friends in middle
Okay.
school. And everything he liked, all of a sudden everyone else didn't like. Like he turned into the getting bullied kid.
Right.
Well, so then he hit, I want to say high school. I'm just going to use high school. I know it's not the
Go
same, but
ahead.
we're
You
just
know
going to use
what?
high school.
Go with it.
And they were on what we call summer. I'm just going to say summer.
Summer break. Okay.
And he ripped off half of his calendar for when April 15th, it was when he was going to jump off a bridge and die. Like that was end goal.
I mean,
And so now we're at the start of the
I guess
movie. The
tax
start
day
of the
is-
movie starts there.
Oh, okay. That tax day is the day to do it, I guess.
Yep. And so it's him. He got a whole bunch of money from his part-time job. He quit his part-time job. He sold all of his stuff. And like, I'm not kidding you. He sold everything. He just,
What's he
you
gonna do
know,
with the cash? Throw it off the bridge before he jumps? Like, is
no,
that's where
he
my brain goes?
he put it in a package, and all of that money, remember how I said his mom tried to pay off the deaf girl's mom? Probably
Yeah.
did.
So that's
It was
what
all of that. It was all of that money, and he left
okay.
it by her bed, by her bed.
Yeah.
And then once I left, what did he do? I can't remember. He woke up. They must have gone to bed. I can't remember this part. Whatever.
It's fine.
It's fine. So the next morning, or a morning, she's making breakfast for everyone. And she goes, "Thank you so much for this money, blah, 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 blah." And all of a sudden, and he's awkward. He's just an awkward teenage boy at this point.
Right.
And all of a sudden, her tone like shifts, and she was like, "I know what's going on. I know you want to kill yourself. You sold all your stuff. You quit your part-time job. You
like I see all your
have half of the
your
calendar is gone. Like I'm not stupid. You gave me this money back. I'm not dumb."
Yeah.
And so she holds a lighter up to the money and is like, "If you have to tell me you're not going to kill yourself, or I'm going to burn this money." And she accident, and he says it because he's freaking out now. He's like, "I won't kill myself," blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she accidentally starts the money on fire.
Well, of course.
On accident. And then he's just sitting there kind of stunned after everything settled down.
Out, yeah.
Yeah, and she pops her head in and she's like, "Hey." And he's like, "I'll earn that money back, blah, 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 blah." And she's like, "I know you will. I believe in you." And okay, we continue. So
this is the weirdest.
It's you really they jump. They jump to scenes.
But this is an interesting thing to me because there's another movie that I'm thinking about that you have to watch. It's called The Wave, and I think it's also on Amazon Prime, and it's kind of the similar thing where it's very sort of stream of consciousness dream sequency, right? Like where it's not sort of linear. There's the continuity that we expect is not there, but I like that they do that because I like that we're sort of getting to a place in society where we don't need that continuity and we can still follow what's happening. But this like it finished telling me that, and then I have to tell you about this other movie.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
So the rest of the movie is him finding the deaf girl. He's friends with her. He starts being friends with her. She gets a cochlear implant, and you know how people who can hear and talk, we talk with the front of our mouths. That's how we talk. Deaf people, since they can't hear, they talk with the back of their mouths. Right. Because they don't have that. They aren't used to that.
Right.
So her voice sounds weird at the beginning because she doesn't know how to talk. Like, I wouldn't say normally. She just doesn't know how to talk with the front of her mouth. So he can't hear her. and she's
Okay.
trying to confess that she likes him,
Right.
but she's taking it as a dig of like, there's just a misunderstanding. And so
Breakdown of communication. That's where all the wrongs happen.
yes, and yeah. So okay, different. Yes. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to like shuffle all the parts in place. So then in class, he finally becomes friends with the misfit, I would say, of the class.
Okay.
And
because we misfits got to stick together, man.
Exactly. And he's very introverted, and this other guy is very extroverted. And all of a sudden, his X on his face like melts off, like falls off. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, we're friends now." Blah 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 blah.
I can see you.
I can see you.
Oh.
And so he goes through this phase of like getting all of these friends back.
The intern.
Hold it together. Hold it together. It gets worse. It gets worse before it gets better.
Don't worry, it gets worse. Okay.
So he goes through this phase of getting everyone back.
Okay.
And then there's this huge bridge scene where the mean girl that bullied the other girl in
the one who started all this shit.
The one who started this shit, and she likes him back. And it's like she liked him that whole time. Oh my god.
Oh, the dumb things we do because we just can't say the things.
Literally. And so there's this whole scene of where he's sitting on a bridge, and he's going through each person, because at this point he's just fed up with everyone. Because you know what? Sometimes all your friends are pieces of shit. It's fine.
Listen.
So he goes through every single person, and he picks out that it wasn't only him in elementary school that fucked up. Like it was all of them.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, he did the misfit guy so good, because this is the first time they've ever met, or I would say are friends with each other. So when the misfit guy was trying to talk to him, his friend, he basically just shut him down and didn't say anything mean, which good on him. That's how you keep a friend. He didn't burn bridges there, but he was really forceful. He was just like, blah, 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 blah. We all got to get our shit together. But no one liked that, of course. No one
does like that, but
no one likes getting a smack of truth.
That's what I played for myself on a loop, as a remix of a scene from Rick and Morty, Get Your Shit Together. And I play that.
Yeah.
That was on a loop today for me in my rage mode. Like, get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
Oh, it's all day long. Just, bitch, come on. We can do this. Get it together, man.
Yep. I get it. So that bridge scene caused him to lose all of his friends right before his another summer break.
Okay.
And so it was him and this deaf girl on summer break with the deaf girl's little sister. And she's really cool. I really liked her. Heart to her.
Heart to her. Okay.
And then I would say at the end of summer break, they were about to go back to school. It was this huge firework thing, and the deaf girl goes back to their house and is climbing up the railing to jump off and commit suicide.
The deaf girl is now.
The deaf girl is.
Okay.
And he goes back because his sister left her camera there, and she takes a whole bunch of photos. That's all she does. She photographs everything. And he realizes that's what she's doing. So he grabs her and he pulls her up, but because he's pulling her up, you know, that other motion of going down. But as he's pulling her up, she realizes that, like, oh my God, he likes me too. I'm not alone in this. And so she grabs the ledge to try to pull herself up, and she pulls herself up, but then he goes over. He goes over and he hits the water. And so the next couple of scenes are, you see him hit the water, you see lights of like ambulances, cops, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you see the flip of in the hospital room. You see his mom walking either to his room or from his room, and you see the other mom come up, and this is what always breaks me.
What?
the other mom's like, oh my gosh, I bet my boy did something again. And the sister and the other mom just get on their knees and bawl. And like they're saying, I'm so sorry. Like it wasn't your kid who was trying to jump. It was
It was
my
our
kid that
who
was
was trying to
trying
jump.
to jump. And that scene is just so
Yeah.
sad. And then the mean girl is gatekeeping his hospital room,
The
which is
mean
another
girl.
sad point. And they just had
Oh,
kind of
it's
have a
just
battle. And the other thing is, the other trigger of Cry Fest during this movie is when the
it sounds like it's
hit,
just cry fest the whole time. I'm not gonna lie.
it is.
The whole thing sounds cry fest to me.
The Cry Fest part, the other Cry Fest part is when the mean girl actively pushes the older girl, and there's the ending part. And the guy's mom, it goes up to her after breaking up the mom, whatever. After breaking up a different fight and says, like, are you okay? And she starts bawling. And she's like, it wasn't him, it was me. And the mom was like, that's not what I asked you. I asked if you were okay. And then they just all cry together. It was a good cry moment.
Cry together because, listen, isn't that just kind of how it is? It's just all such a bunch of misunderstandings. We're all just in this space of pain and don't know how to communicate it or deal with it. And look at all this horse shit that comes from it because we just don't know how to communicate difficult feelings in this fucking world.
Exactly. And then, oh my gosh, what's the ending? Oh, and then the deaf girl is like, we'll all change together. And so
we'll all change together.
Yeah, he's still in the coma. And he's in a coma, and she gets the group back together. And I think this is where she's like, you know, it's not, it was my fault of all this stuff that happens. And I think they're like, no, but he was the one who saved fault. Her. Yeah, it's
just this human experience.
Exactly. And so wait, pause. We're almost done, I promise. They both on the same.
This is just so like this other movie I'm thinking of. It's crazy. Like not in storyline necessarily, but in this like the dream sequencey continent, like
the way it just hops back and forth.
Yeah,
is crazy.
No, but it makes sense still.
No, it does. It like makes sense in the movie, and like in consciousness, it does make sense.
Right, like the flow stream of consciousness of it. Right, exactly. Like the non-linear continuity, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so she gets a dream that he wakes up
out of the coma,
right? Out of the coma. I can't remember if it's like she hates it or he hates her or something like that. I don't remember.
I'm totally thinking of it. There's 2 movies I have to tell you about now.
Okay. And then
we're just gonna have a 2-hour podcast. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's fine. She runs to the bridge that they had this huge blowout at. She runs to the bridge. Well, at the same time, he wakes up and he wakes up of like when he fell into the water.
Right.
That's when his stream of consciousness wakes up and he's like, where the fuck am I? So then he took everything off and is running to the whole bridge where everything had a meltdown. They have a touching scene. And then finally the ending is like they're getting back to normal. He has to go back to school. He finds out that the people
life just keeps going on anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. He finds
for real.
He finds out the 2 people that pulled him out of the water were actually his 2 ex-best friends.
Oh.
And then he was like, before he fell in the water, he's like, if I ever wake up, I swear I'll start looking at everyone in the eye. But a very important detail is that before
at the end, which is where we need the very important details.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Before he fell into the water, and after this major blowout, one of the other girls that I would say was part of the friend group of bullying the deaf girl, but the bystander effect, I would call her bystander effect.
Yeah.
She is now the class president, and she was screaming at him for something, and you know that audible like you feel gross
Yeah.
He all of a sudden you could see he feels gross and he grabs his like mouth and his stomach and he runs out. He
Oh.
runs and leaves the room. So he okay, now skip back. We're
Skip
at the
back.
end. He gets that same feeling when he walks through the door of this festival, and
Okay.
it's the deaf girl leading him back into school. And it's one of these like huge Japanese school festivals.
Okay.
And so he gets to the door and all of a sudden he has like that nauseating, oh my god, I
Like,
can't
can't
do
do it. I
this.
gotta run.
Yep, so he runs to the bathroom and then it's his old friend, or it's sorry, his new friend in that class who like
The
knocks on the door and is like, come out,
it's gonna be
is everything
okay.
okay?
We can do this,
Yep, and then
bestie.
exactly, he's crying, he's like, oh my god, I missed you, I love you, I have this cute little stash of I was growing this
Oh.
until you got out and then I'm gonna shave it.
Oh.
And
I love a good bromance like that.
I know, I do too. And then
Oh,
finally, they all become friends again. The end.
the end.
And
I
he can look at everyone in the eye and all the X's fall off.
and it's a
The end.
happy ending. It's a beautimus. Oh, I love it.
Exactly, the end.
So the non-linear continuity but fun stream of consciousness thing. This movie,
Yes,
The Wave. And
the beautiful wave.
spoiler alerts to everyone, but go watch it anyway because it's super enjoyable. So this guy is like an insurance underling dude, insurance policy something or other guy,
Mm-hmm.
struggling with money, marital problems, or whatever in the beginning, right? You get to see this. He has a big so like there's this widow and her kids who have a huge payout of an insurance thing that's supposed to go to him, but he finds a loophole that lets it so the insurance company doesn't have to pay them out. Basically, he's going to fuck this family over, and it's how he's going to get like his big promotion in the company by saving him all this money by figuring out how to fuck over this family, right?
Is his his family?
No, like just this family that like he does not know at all. It's just he
Oh,
works for this insurance company. They lost like the dad of this family died somehow, and he finds a loophole in the insurance policy that lets the insurance company not pay out his insurance policy to this family.
assholes.
Right.
Anyway, continue.
But like this is what this gonna be his big thing that gets him like this promotion, and like, you know, it's the thing he's chasing because he's got like the, you know, debt and all the whatever shit going on in his personal life.
Yep.
Goes to this party with a random girl, with a friend, and like some random girl does like takes this drug in a back room that like trips him out, doesn't, and like this is where like kind of the stream of consciousness weird shit starts, where it's non-linear. And this whole thing kind of like it's this weird shit that happens where he starts to recognize that he can sort of kind of control zapping in and out of these realities, but he doesn't know what he's doing during it. And like so like there's some point at which he gets hit by a car right in the middle of it, but then kind of like zaps out of that moment and into something else. So it's kind of like that non-linear dream experience, right? Where like things are like kind of disconnected, but like at the end you put it together of why it worked. So
Yep.
like basically what happens is it's I don't, you have to watch it. I'm not going to be able to explain as well as you did all of the things. I'm not. But basically what happens through like all this shit that's happening, like he doesn't know that at some point he stole all these drugs from this drug dealer's apartment, and he gets into like big trouble with these because they're like these drug dealers come and grab him and some of his friends and are threatening them because he took all these drugs and took off, and like just weird various different things. But essentially what ends up happening, he does get hit by a car and he dies, but before he does, all of these like things line up so that he is able to switch his insurance, his own personal insurance policy, to have that family that he fucked over be the ones who inherit his, who get his insurance. And the what?
Is this called The Wave from 2015?
Yes, with what's his name? Who's his from Jeepers Creepers and Accepted? What's his name? I can't remember his name. The main actor guy. What do you got for me? Say to the intern.
Christopher Joner? Jonas Hoff Oftenbrow?
I don't know. Maybe I've just never known his name and have only ever known his face. That's okay. Facial recognition is what I do. So it's fine. But it's just interesting because it's like he thinks he's doing everything wrong, and this, like, he thinks he's like that. This, if at one point he talks to the guy that like gave him the drug, he's like, what did you give me? Everything is like wrong, and like, so, and he's like, you think you're still on drugs? Like, you think you're still high? And he keeps like bopping into this like sort of dream place that ends up being essentially like where he goes when he dies, right? Like, you figure that out later, that it's essentially he's like zipping in and out of like the afterlife essentially. But this like in and out of linear time that he's doing is essentially him unconsciously as the universe setting up all these dominoes to line up so that he can correct what he did, right? Because essentially that's what it is that he doesn't feel good about what he did because he did it for like to correct his own stuff, and he screwed over this family. But he gets to like go back and align and essentially line it up so that when he does get hit by the car and die, he's already done the paperwork so that his insurance policy pays out to that family. And like the drugs that he stole, he puts in the trunk of his insurance guy boss, who's going to try to, who like, just as he's like turning in that paperwork, knew what he was doing, that he was going to, and he was going to stop it because he's like, didn't want him to pay out that family his insurance policy either. So the boss guy ends up being the car that hits him and kills him. But the boss guy, like, so when the cops come, they find all these drugs in the boss guy's car, that he is the one who had put them there, right? The guy that dies. He's the one that put them there and planted them there so that the cops would arrest that guy so that he couldn't stop the insurance payout to that family. So it's like, it's this crazy thing of like, you think everything you're doing is meaningless or is just about you or is just whatever, but here's him and like doesn't know how he's doing it, but it just lines up all correctly. And he's like, it's one of the last things he realizes that he does with that is to get the insurance to pay out to that family. And he knows that he's going to end up dead in front of that car. Right. So it's like, it's a mind trip in the best kind of way. I love it. It's that non-linear thing of like, you're actually, as much as you think you're fucking up, you're setting yourself up to fix something that needed to be fixed. It's great. You got to watch it.
That's crazy.
No, it's like, it's a trip and a half, but it's like, you got to watch
I
it.
put it on my thing.
Put it on your thing. I don't know what the other movie is called that I'm thinking of. I know I only watched it once, but it's this guy is in, like the whole movie is this guy being sort of tortured in this empty hospital, like, and
you don't know the name?
I don't know what it's called, but like basically what happens is that at the end of the movie you find out he's in a coma, and like it's essentially he's trapped in this nightmare world because he's in a coma, and he's just experiencing being in this hospital, being chased by demon things and being tortured by things, and like it's really horrible and awful. But I don't know. That's another one that I thought of when you were talking about the guy in the coma. I don't know what it's called. Like, I can't remember what it's called. Is it, maybe it's that same actor guy. Is it called Awake? No. Where he like,
where a guy's in a coma and a girl can see him, who in the end gives up her life for him because it was her fault he was in the hospital. That one?
I don't know. I just know that he's like experiencing like essentially what are like night terrors or whatever. But it's because he's in a coma. He's just in a nightmare world because he's trapped in this coma. So like nobody knows, like everyone thinks he's in a coma and nobody knows what is, I don't know, what is that movie called?
Trapped in
a hospital. He's in the hospital that he's in as he's in a coma. And there's these things that are chasing him. The scene I'm thinking of that's really super upsetting that I remember is there's this like weird demon gardener guy who's like clipping his toes off with gardening shears in one scene. And he's like stuck in the bed, tied to the bed as that's happening. So I don't know if you can, which is a horrible, violent scene, but that's what I was thinking of, the other coma movie that I was thinking of. Sage the Intern, I love our stream of consciousness, just journeys through dreamland and movie land and coma land and all the good things.
Is it called The Facility?
That might be it. Oh, I'm gonna
which
look this
is
up.
about a group of strangers who join a medical trial about a new drug. No, wait, that doesn't sound right.
No, I think it might be that same actor guy. No, I don't know. Maybe that was one where he was like under.
Oh, we should watch this one. What is this one called?
We need to have a watch party.
Coma
That's
from 1978. We should watch that.
From 19. Okay. It could have been like a remake of an old horror movie or something. That is a potential. This is weird. That's not it. Nope, that's the okay. I'm gonna have to find it. I don't know.
I love when I start dancing to no music. The music in my head.
No, I was gonna say my head radio is always on. What's your head radio playing? Mine's.
I had it, and then I can't remember.
Mine's playing "River of Dreams" by Billy Joel.
Walk in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going like. Oh wait, I can't sing that one.
Why?
Because she's a Zionist, and we don't support Zionists.
I don't know who that is. Is it, how does your generation feel about MJ, Michael Jackson music?
Okay, I like it, even though he's a little of a bit of a creeper.
Even though, yeah, that's a light way to say it, but yeah. That's one of those tough conversations to have, right? The whole separating the art from the artist kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm at for that one too. And God, that's where I want to be with the Nickelodeon. Have you watched All Quiet on Set?
No, what's this?
You gotta watch that. So it was basically.
Am I gonna be upset?
Yeah.
It's basically child sex rings of Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
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 And
unfortunate.
And I hate to say it, but it does happen in every field. So you always should be like watching your child. And maybe you should have your child's best interest at mind. Maybe crazy
Isn't
thought.
it like that's a thought that I have that's upsetting is that a lot of people who go into those sort of positions of like the people who are it's a thing that upsets me, right? Like that predatory people choose positions and where they know they are going to be able to engage in their predatory activities.
Yeah. And
it's generally upsetting.
Yeah. And one of those like in this documentary type deal, it came out that Drake Bell was one of those people that were abused.
I don't know who
and
that
sexually assaulted. You don't know who Drake Bell is? Drake and Josh?
I sounds sort of familiar.
He's really popular in Mexico.
Okay, well that helps. That helps me know who he is.
I know, right? Drake and Josh. Oh, he was he on iCarly? No.
Okay, I think
no.
I am only tangentially aware of a lot of these shows because my kid sister would have watched them growing up. So
yeah,
I kind of know, but
ask your kid sister about Drake Bell.
Okay, I will. She'll probably go up on the whole thing.
Yeah, she will.
She will. Okay.
I know she will. If she watched Nickelodeon as a kid, she will.
She did. Nickelodeon and Disney.
Yeah.
Yep.
So not all I'm gonna say, but he falls into the abuse kids.
Oh.
So he was abused, and I understand that when he started talking to this girl, he did not know her age. I do understand that. But all the things he did, you still cannot do if you're an adult, and regardless of age, when you are
not even if
underage.
you're an adult? How about if you're a human being? Let's just not treat each other shitty. How about let's just try to do that, people, if we could.
And like
that is the thing that drives me nuts a little bit too, this like chain of pain thing. Like I was hurt, so I hurt people. And there's a point at which you can forgive that to an extent, but at some point you have to take some responsibility and say, I didn't like this thing that was done to me. I shouldn't do that to others.
You have to have room to heal, right?
Right. There is. Yeah, there's that balance in there.
And he was charged with child endangerment because he groomed her. Did he have sex with her? No, but he groomed her. And it's just crazy that because of this documentary, a bunch of people online are like going after her. She's a victim too. Like, give her space.
Give
It shouldn't matter.
everybody space because
You
you
know what?
weren't
If you
there.
start dating someone, just check their IDs now. Just check them. Just check. You can't trust anyone. We all have figured that out, that you literally cannot trust anyone. You literally do not know anyone 100%.
No. And the other
So
thing,
just don't trust them.
I can't figure out people's ages to save my life either. Like,
literally,
it's
because
so
people
hard to
my
tell.
age look 15 now.
No, that is 100% true. But like, there's also, so like my youngest sister, though, I think of all the time, like she has always looked older and acted older than because she grew up with,
Yeah.
older siblings, right? So like she's
Yeah.
always been a lot more mature. She's always looked older than she is.
Same with me.
Which is a thing that is concerning to me, right? Like
because I got into bars when I was 18.
Yeah. And because she just looks, and it's so hard to like gauge people's ages, right? But I don't know. I don't know,
so
bro.
It's
like,
but I'm just saying
it still is that thing, like you're saying, of regardless of age, the behavior or the predatory nature is like obviously
is what was the problem,
right?
Like,
but then it is tough because then you do have that thing of like, you understand that this is where for me there's a lot of what is the intention behind it, and does that person have the capacity to have, is it that there's a malicious intent, or do you just like, you behave the way you've been taught to behave, kind of like, you do you know what I'm saying?
Well, and I think the reason why he didn't go sexually assault her was because he knew what it felt like at 14. I think she was 15, but he didn't know that, gross. But I think he got the same sense of like, in his mental, something was wrong, because he didn't go sexually assault her. So I think his mental ability was like, hey, something's wrong here,
right?
Because he obviously he knows what it feels like to go through that.
I mean, but listen, then, that just like, gives me a little hope for the collective human consciousness that maybe we're finally starting to cycle out some of this predatory stuff and starting to recognize that, like, okay, we don't need to behave that way just because we were treated that way, and we don't need to continue this cycle of nonsense, right? Like, sort of where I think that's kind of where we are on a collective scale, that like these things are still happening in terms of like the conditioning that happens that teaches you to be, whether it's like harmful or in victim mode or whatever it is, but that we're starting to catch ourselves in the middle of it, right? Like, it's, people are starting to get to the place where they can, like, they're catching themselves in the behavior and self-correcting, right? And so there's, as much as it's upsetting, obviously, like, in the grand scheme of things, because we always look for the silver linings, do we not, Sage the Intern?
We are a glass half full.
We are glass half full. We are happy bears. We want our happy meter to be up here. We always like, we are, like, really though, like, I think that it's true that we are getting to a place collectively in consciousness where we are self-correcting when we're in the middle of things. Like, we're not having to cause the whole disaster and the harm before we stop and say, oh, okay, no, we've done this before. We know what this becomes, right? Like, we know the pain that this causes. Let's correct. And yeah, maybe you're not catching it before any of the, like, the grooming or the whatever happens, but like, we're getting there incrementally. So let's at least, yay us, human consciousness, we're learning, we're evolving, we're getting there, we're understanding that we need to do some self-correction, and you know, there we go, Sage the Intern dancing it out, being ready, we're having a rave time. We're super excited that it means that we're learning machine learning. Wait, human machine learning.
Crazy how learning works.
It's crazy how learning works. It's amazing. I love it. Sage the Intern, listen, I think we've done some good work here tonight.
Have we?
I think we have.
I think we both let's give a recap. Let's give a recap.
Yeah. Explain to me what an ADHD stream of consciousness recap looks like. Sage the Intern, do it up for me.
Okay, we're gonna go backwards because
We're gonna go backwards.
you think I can remember what happened 2 hours ago? Absolutely not.
Yes, we can. Listen, we've been in
Drake
dream.
Bell, your movies, my movies, your dreams, my dreams.
Your
Was it
dreams, my
dreams?
dreams, ag world. We're starting an ag business and we're gonna sell
Egg
tractor
world.
parts, do art, and we're gonna bake bread and break bread. That's what we're gonna do.
Exactly. And then I had my straw, and then I had OCD, and then my tummy hurt, so I ate some mints.
You need to go eat real food is what you need to do.
Hey,
Sage the intern.
my tummy and my head are happy now.
Oh, well, hey, yay for Tic Tacs.
Yep.
I love it.
You know what's
Sage,
sad? I didn't get
me.
high before this.
Oh,
That's
Sage,
what's sad.
that is sad. Sage the
I
intern.
know.
We'll do it right next time.
We will do it right next time.
Go.
I gotta
around.
make sure I charge it. I need like a 30-minute heads up so I can just stick it on the charger.
Okay, well, let's just plan for like Wednesdays at 7:30 so that we just know what's coming. Even though ADHD will probably make us shift that, like we can't promise anything.
Well, the best part is I put it in our Discord so it pings me at 7. And that's how I remembered.
And tell all of our friends, go find our Discord. I don't know how to do that, but we'll do that.
We don't have a Discord yet, but we will. We will. We'll pull it together.
We'll pull it together. Do you know that song? I like that song.
But once I graduate and
I love how you say the intern is slowly disappearing.
Once I graduate in 4 weeks, I will get everything
disappeared
set up.
into the back rooms. Sage the intern is taking the stairs down to the back rooms.
It was going to be my outro, but then I just melted early.
I melted early. That's pretty fantastic. I am very Wicked Witch of the West. I'm melting all the time, so I dig it. I'm about it. I'm with it.
If I sit up, my butt's not fully on the chair, so I might just you might see my face for a second before my chair flies back. And I fall on the ground.
I've officially lost my co-host to floor time, and it's okay.
I'm a little baby. I'm a little baby. I need floor time.
The intern needs one of those. What are those things that you put over babies with the little toy things? You know, those little stands with the like stimulate. I don't even know.
I do need one of those.
I don't have kids, so I don't know what it's called, but I need
I don't either.
I need an adult version of that where I get some toys that I just get to lay on the floor underneath and bat around and just.
I need the squishy ones.
You know what we need? Sage the intern. That's some Sage the intern merch. We need there's squishy disco balls. So they have that, what's that stuff where you like when you flip it one way it's one color and you flip it the other way it's another color? Yeah, it's a sequin disco ball squishies, and when you flip it one way it's bumblebees, and when you flip it the other way it's sunflowers, right?
Yeah,
there we go. We got Sage the intern merch. We got to work on this for floor time, so we have toys for adult floor time.
This is a little TMI, but I unhooked my bra, so my boobs are way up here, and this is the wrong cup size bra, so it's like.
You needed to start the live stream this way is how like, what are you doing? We need to bring the girls out at the beginning of the live stream.
Like my boobs are way at the bottom hanging out.
Oh, I tell you what, I hate that shit. And I don't know what it takes in this world for a bra that fits appropriately to be existing, but like.
What the especially with an underwire? Oh my God, just make one right. These men creating crafts that are easier for them and not easier for us.
Like you gotta get. I don't know what I need to.
What are these standards?
I know. I'm with it. I understand. There's just nothing keeps them together and in the right place the way they're supposed to be in a comfortable way that also looks good. There's no such thing. And on that note,
and on that note, I need to go make a latte.
I'm gonna go get ready for bed and Sage is gonna go have more caffeine.
Yeah, I gotta go play Stardew Valley for the next 8 hours.
Good for you. I think that's brilliant. I think you should. I'm excited.
Unfortunately, that has been my whole personality. So if you text me and I don't text you back, guess what? I'm most likely doing homework or playing Stardew Valley.
You know what? I support that, and I really hope that it's the gaming and not the homework every time. I encourage that it would be the gaming and not the homework every single time.
Except, okay, Mondays and Tuesdays and Sundays are all going to be homework time, but any other day, it's most likely
It's gaming.
it's gaming.
I
I'm
love it.
gaming.
I think that's appropriate because that's where we're, you know what? We're live on Twitch. This is the place where you admit to that. Gaming instead of
Exactly.
doing the responsible things. And what's wrong with that? There's plenty of people on Twitch who are making
Exactly.
all kinds of money doing gaming instead of responsible things. Why shouldn't we?
It's not fair.
And you know what? It's okay. We're bringing it in from the multiverse. We're creating it. It's totally cool. And we can non-linear this stuff too, and just have things work out well for us without having to jump off a bridge. We'll be okay.
Yeah, no jumping off bridges here.
No, we don't do that. We're gonna go start our ag business and sell art and bread and honey from the bees that we're keeping, and it's gonna be great. Well, anyway, thanks everyone for joining us, whoever did join us. Thanks for listening out there in the multiverse, y'all. I hope you were able to follow this stream of consciousness. And if not, you don't belong in our audience anyway, and that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. We're fine with it. Thanks for listening, y'all. I've been Frankie, and that's Sage the Intern. And we're signing off. Peace out, y'all.
You like that hole?
I love that. I'm super excited about it.
Right there.
Did I stop the live stream?
Not yet. It's still going. I'm watching it on my phone. I'm a god. I do what I want.
I'm a god. I do what I want. Special thanks to the Parapost Network for the support of their community. Check out all the great podcasts on the Parapost Network on Facebook.